Camera in Ridgefield. There's a live look from our A camera in Ridgefield. Thanks so much for watching Afternoon Live. July is National Lost Pet Prevention Month. And did you know that over 10 million pets are lost each year? And only 1 in 10 pets lost are actually found. And for some reason, it spikes in the month of July. Well, here with tools and strategies on how not to lose your pet, we welcome back pet preparedness expert Joe Becker to the show. Welcome back, Joe.
Thank you.
It's good to see you.
You too, as well.
Man, I see you have your lovely stuffed animals here to represent.
I brought the quiet animals with me to the studio.
Greatly appreciated.
Yes.
But wait, let's get back to that stat. Like 10 million, more than 10 million lost? What's up with that?
Well, there's over 140 million cats and dogs in the U.S., and of course, a lot of us have other species as pets as well. So there's a lot of pets. Americans love their animals.
Yes.
And the statistic I've heard is that in America, every 2 seconds, an animal is lost. So that's a lot. That's a lot. Now, some of them make it home. Maybe they just get to the end of the neighborhood,
right,
cul-de-sac or whatever. But if you can take steps ahead of time to prevent that, it can alleviate a lot of heartache. For those of us who the animals are, a member of the family, that can just be heartbreaking. For the animals that are domesticated and really can't fend for themselves, it could potentially be tragic.
Yeah, and why so much, so much loss, or being lost, rather,
yes.
In the month of July?
Summer months. So in the nice weather, animals are out in their yards versus the house, or traveling with families on vacation. So they're simply out of their yard or out of their home more often, which increases the likelihood of being lost.
And do you think 4th of July has anything to play with that?
There's a lot of argument about that. Yeah, I've seen conflicting argument and statistics, but it certainly spikes during the summer months with the warm weather, the activities, the festivities, people taking their dogs to the parks, to the campgrounds, that sort of thing.
Oh man, that's heartbreaking to lose your pets. So now you have some tips to help prevent loss.
Yes,
so what's up? Let's get into it.
So first of all, containing the animal and identifying the animal. You want to have identification tags.
Okay.
And I would think redundancy here. So tags with current information as well as microchip. Make sure those microchips are registered and you keep the information updated. If your phone number changes, your address changes, the veterinarian you use changes, the animal's health conditions change, all that information can be recorded on microchip registries.
Does it hurt to get the microchip?
Only for a moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like getting a shot. Okay, we can handle that. We can handle that.
I get my immunizations, yes.
And how do you know, is the fact that there's a microchip implanted on the collar or on the information, like how do people know that there is one?
Veterinary clinics and shelters have scanners to scan the body and look for a chip. Yeah, so you want a visible means of identification with the ID tag, and then I would do more than one thing, so a microchip isn't going to fall off. So case in point, you need to size the collar appropriately, which this is not to make the point. Check with your veterinarian or local pet shop to make sure that the collar's fitting correctly so it doesn't slide off, but it isn't harming and choking the animal.
Right.
For when you're with your animals, some style of halter is going to give you the most control. They're least likely to slide out of it or wiggle out of it. Yeah.
Somebody's not paying attention.
Escape artist.
Spikes out. Okay.
For when your animal is not. When you're not near your animal, when it's on its own, a breakaway collar, if it gets caught in a tree or what have you, it's going to help prevent it from getting choked. But then it still has its microchip to be identified.
Makes sense.
When you're away from home, containing the animal is important. So crates and carriers, that sort of thing. I suggest having one right by your main door of your house, and another one, a collapsible one or a soft cloth one, stored in your car, depending on what kind of vehicle or what kind of animal you have, how big that crate needs to be.
Okay. Sounds good. That's pretty easy. What else you got?
Well, around the house, I would say if you have an animal that goes outside, sturdy fencing, one that, say, a dog can't dig under or jump over. Check the fence periodically. Make sure that that it still has integrity. Right. If you've got indoor-only animals, or when your animal's indoor, keep doors and windows closed with screens, and then check the screens to make sure that they're sturdy and not been torn.
Good idea.
And then for house cats, you've got screen porches are awfully popular for them. Nice. That keeps them safe.
Now I love the idea that I'm seeing over here with this flyer. Tell us about that.
The Lost Flyer is a great idea that you can do at home, and it's free. So making a Lost Flyer now before you need it helps you get, hit the ground running if the unthinkable happens and you're canvassing the area. So we've talked about this before, and I wanted to go in a little more detail. You want to have pictures of the animal from different angles, showing its different features. If it has a distinguishing mark at all, include that. Include a picture of the animal with everyone in the household. So as you're going from shelter to shelter looking for the lost animal, that can help with proving ownership.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. And then all of your animals' your information, your animal's statistics, its size, its weight, and coloring, etc.
Okay, this is all really great info, and I know you have more tips. We'll put them up for everybody on our website at KATU.com. Thank you, Joe.